Virtual tour. The history of Polish parliamentarism dates back to the 15th century when the Sejm was established. It consisted of the representative of nobles and cities who met separately as the Chamber of Deputies and the Royal Council, or the Senate, headed by the king. Over the 500 years, the Senate has met in various places. In past centuries, it met in royal castles, first in the Wawel in Krakow, and then in Warsaw. After Poland regained its independence in 1918, the Legislative Sejm was accommodated in the Alexandrian Marian Institute of Worship of Maidens at Wiejska Street in Warsaw, where the school dining room was adapted as the Sejm meeting room. The Senate, after being re-established in 1922, held alternate session with the Sejm until 1928. After World War II, some of the buildings were rebuilt and a new complex was designed by Bogdan Pniewski. These were intended only for the Sejm, because in 1946 the Senate was abolished. After being restored in 1989, the upper chamber building located on the edge of the Vistula embankment with a view of the Marshal Edward Rydzyk Park. The compact building is one story higher than the others and features unused external stairs that lead from the terrace to the embankment. Beehives have been added recently to the Senate garden. Let's go inside. Staircase. The main architectural feature of the 4 stories of the large hall with marble floors is the spiral staircase, which is the heart of the building. With its open structure and subtle balustrade with delicately shaped ruts, it is the most beautiful staircase of the whole complex. One of the pillars on the ground floor is decorated with the Senate eagle. Plaque commemorating senators who were victims of World War II. In a lobby on the ground floor there is a plaque, unveiled in 1999, which commemorates the 151 senators of the Second Polish Republic, murdered, killed, missing, or who died during World War II and the post-war period of repression. A large number of them do not have their own graves, so the plaque is the only symbolic place where their names, dates, and places of death are visible. Conference rooms. On the ground floor there are 3 rooms, used for Senate committee meetings, and they are named after Senate marshals Andrzej Stelmachowski and August Chełkowski, and Deputy Marshal Zbigniew Romaszewski. The patron of the room in front of the entrance is August Chełkowski, Marshal of the Senate's second term. The room on the left corridor is named after Andrzej Stelmachowski, Marshal of the Senate's first term. The room of the right bears the name of Zbigniew Romaszewski, Deputy Marshal of the Senate's 7th term. On the second floor there is a conference room named after Władysław Raczkiewicz, Marshal of the Senate in 1930–35. In a ceiling of the hall there is a circular skylight, the roof of which is crowned by a mast with a state flag. The chamber. The Senate elected in 1989 initially met alternately with the Sejm in its plenary chamber, then in the column hall, as former conference rooms on the first floor were merged in 1991. The amphitheater chamber was established. It is one of the smallest Senate chamber in the world. The 220 square meters has 100 seats for senators with nameplates and a voting machine. The chamber also has seats for president, member of the government, guests, journalists, and the public. The interior has been optically expanded thanks to Venetian mirrors, behind one of which are technical maintenance rooms. The Marshal's emblem and staff. The presidium table is used by the Marshal and the assisting secretaries. On the right there is a Marshal's staff, which the Marshal or a Deputy Marshal strikes to open and close sessions in the chamber. Behind the presidium table there is an ornate curtain that obscures the window, The emblem of Poland is hung on it, which, similarly to the marshal staff, is a gift from Warsaw artists and craftsmen. The places below the presidium table and the rostrum are occupied by Senate personnel. The foyer is a small interior adjacent to the chamber. Here, senators can break away from work for a moment for private discussions. On the wall there are portraits of the Senate marshals from 1922 to 39 and 1989 to 2015. The office of the Marshal of the Senate, with its adjustment meeting room, is on the first floor. The Marshal receives guests there and the Presidium of the Chamber. The Marshal and the Deputy Marshals also meet there. The reception room has portraits of Senate Marshals from 1989: Andrzej Stelmachowski, August Chełkowski, Adam Struzik, Alicja Grześkowiak, Longin Pastusiak and Bogdan Borusewicz. The corridor of the Senate committees. In the longest parliamentary building there are secretariats of Senate committees and offices of the Senate Chancellery. The corridor is 176 meters long.